Alright folks, we're back with video 2. And so we'll start by looking at some theoretical probability. If you see instructions that just say find the probability, you can assume that it means theoretical probability. Empirical probability directions will be specific and it'll say to actually compute or calculate the empirical probability. If you look at these four problems, we got a bag with some colored marbles. That's pretty customary to see that. A fair die is rolled. We can assume it's six-sided. Another bag, you can see some spinners. That's pretty old hat as far as probability problems go, especially theoretical probability. So, with any type of problem, you want to know first off is what's the total number of possibilities of something. And so you do that basically by counting how many things there are. So it says the bag contains 7 red marbles, 2 blue marbles, and 9 green marbles. So that means there's 7 plus 2 more is 9 plus 9 more is 18 total marbles. So the bottom number of our fraction needs to be 18. Okay, so the 18 stands for basically the total number of possible outcomes. Okay, so there's 18 possible outcomes. Now the top number needs to be then what is the success, and in this particular simulation the success we're looking for is the blue marble. Okay, and so by doing that we look and we see how many blue marbles there are in the 18. So there's 2. So in this particular simulation there are 2 ways to achieve success out of 18 total ways for the experiment to happen. Now of course we'd reduce that to 1/9. And so what that means theoretically is that 1 out of 9 times when you draw a marble out of this bag, it should be blue. Okay, and so that's just basic and simple theoretical probability. Okay. Number 4 says the bag contains 19 balls numbered 1 through 9. What's the probability of selecting a ball that has an even number? Okay, well, if there are 19 balls numbered 1 through 19, you have to think about all the even numbers. Okay, 1's not, but you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. So there are 9 even numbers there. I hope I counted that right. So the probability of selecting a ball that has an even number, 9 out of 19. Sometimes they won't reduce, and if they won't reduce, you can leave them. Okay. Moving on, number 5, a fair die is rolled. What is the probability of rolling a 3 or a 6? Okay. Now, this attempts to add an extra wrinkle to this, but it's really no different than the 2 we've done before. There's a 3 and a 6 on this fair-sided die, and again, it's a fair 6-sided die, so there's 6 sides. So there's a 3 on one of those and a 6 on one of those. Okay, so there's 2 different possible successes over 6 possible successes. So 2 successful possibilities over 6 total possibilities. And again, reduce that if possible to 1/3. So a third of the time you can say you should land on a 3 or a 6. Okay, or 1 in 3 times. Okay. Number 6, the bag contains 8 red marbles, 2 blue marbles, and 1 green marble. What is the probability of choosing a marble that is not blue? Okay, again, it's just messing with the language, trying to make things more complicated than they actually are. Okay, again, need our total number of possible outcomes. So 8, 2 is 10, plus 1 gives us 11 total outcomes. Probability of choosing a marble that's not blue. So 2 of the 11 are blue, so that means that 8 plus 1, 9 are not blue. Okay, now I do want to show some notation just in case you see it in my math lab. Maybe the big P of like I said, notation of the P and in parentheses not blue over over probability of marbles or possibilities. That could be a lot of different things. Basically, I want to show you this just to say that this just stands for the probability of this thing happening that's out beside it. Okay, and again, it's usually the uppercase P stands for probability. That's the customary notation. Again, and this just stands for the probability that this thing happens. Okay, so if you see that notation in my math lab, don't let that throw you, but that's what that means. Okay, when we come back, we'll look at odds in favor and odds against.